A young lifeguard is speaking out after the internet hailed him a hero. Video of this water rescue went viral. It shows the 16-year-old risking his own life to save a boy from some pounding waves in Santa Cruz. NBC News correspondent Kaylee Hartung has his reaction to all of the social media praise. Kaylee, good morning.
Hey there. This was the first rescue ever for 16-year-old Ryder Williams. He immediately sprang into action to meet the moment. And for the first time this morning, we are hearing his side of the story.
This morning, the teen lifeguard, who drew nationwide attention for a heroic rescue captured on dramatic video earlier this week, is speaking out. Ryder Williams saying in a statement, "This is my job, and I love what I do," as the father of the boy he saved praises the teen's actions.
I mean, I cannot even express how much gratitude I have towards him.
16-year-old Williams giving more details about the incident off the coast of Santa Cruz, saying he ran into the ocean when he saw the child stumble in ankle-deep water. But due to the volatility of the water, he couldn't get the boy into a rescue tube or pull him out of the water because, quote, he was limp and the waves were pushing so hard. The bystander who captured that viral video telling NBC Bay Area the surf had been normal.
And then that just changed. And it changed in a heartbeat. And it caught a lot of people off guard.
Describing the moment when Williams reached the boy.
He had just like a gorilla grip, you know, that he wasn't going to let him get swept out any further.
Williams eventually getting him to shore with another lifeguard's help. The lifeguard's father telling The Guardian Williams knew the boy could die if he let him go, and that the teen said, quote, "I just was not going to let that happen." His father saying, "I almost started crying because how determined he was to save that boy's life makes me so proud." The video drawing widespread praise, including from the president, who invited Williams to the White House, but the lifeguard remaining humble, saying other lifeguards perform rescues just like this every day, and that he was just grateful to return the child safely to his family. That family also thankful.
He saved my child.
Sumit Rai, who was not on the beach, saying his son told him later that he'd been unconscious and drowning.
I'm just grateful that he's alive, and it's miraculous.
Joining the chorus of praise for that heroic moment.
I'm beyond grateful and forever grateful to Ryder.
Ryder is the son of a firefighter and a marine science researcher, plus he grew up in the community of Santa Cruz. So his dad says he was born to do this. He also said that despite being in the spotlight, Ryder's not on social media, so he wasn't even aware of the attention he was getting. He's already back to work, excited to return to normal life, and his junior year of high school pretty soon here. And in case you're wondering, Ryder is already eyeing a career in fire service to follow in his dad's footsteps. Back to you.
All right, Kaylee, thank you.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.